Hi, Cherokee.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Herbalist Podcast. I am back again with Rob, producer Rob.
I push buttons.
He's the button producer, Rob.
I push buttons.
Would that make you a button pusher?
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, you're not a button producer?
No, just a pusher. Button pusher.
You don't have the equipment to melt down plastic and mold it.
No.
That would be a button producer, right?
Mm-hmm. I'd make a 3D printer button producer.
3D printer button producer.
Button. Who's got the button?
I'm a 3D button printer. Wait, you do what in the butt? Anyway, it's almost as good as the piston cup. You did what in the cup? I'm just saying. Oh, great. Is that it? Is that a Disney one? We might get sued for that.
I don't know.
Anyway, so we have a bit of an episode for you. Unfortunately, we might have to cut this one short. I have court in a little bit, and I got over here a little late, so we might have to cut this one a little short today. So, apologize about that. But anyway, to kick things off this week, it is the month of July now. Today is July 2nd. We are halfway through the year.
This is actually the 4th of July episode.
Yeah.
So this won't come out till Friday.
Yep. Yeah. So it is July 2nd on recording, but this is our 4th of July episode. I just, But anyway, so I guess we can start off by saying happy 4th. We are halfway through the year. Bunch of fireworks shows going on around town. Let's see, when's that party in the park? I think that's Saturday.
I have no idea. I didn't know there was one.
Eldridge. Yeah, that's what they call their whole... They do that thing at Eldridge Park where they have like a mini fair and then they do fireworks at the end of the day. They call it Party in the Park. But, so that's going to be going on Saturday, July the 5th, I believe. Couple of things going on Saturday, July the 5th. So we got the Party in the Park over to Eldridge, I believe. Down to Watkins, they're going to have their firework display, which I don't know if I might be a little biased, but I've always thought that Watkins fireworks were way better than Elmira fireworks, to be honest with you. I don't know. It might just be because they shoot them over the lake, and if you get there at the right time, you can get onto the bridge there that is right before, the one that comes out of the marina down in Watkins. You can stand right there, and it's basically like the fireworks are going off like right over top of your fucking head, and they look fucking huge. So I've always liked that show. Eldridge I never found all that cool. I mean, Eldridge did have one year. You ever see these fireworks? So at Eldridge one year, they had these fireworks that like launched out of this like mortar thing, but then landed on the pond, right? And they sat there and smoldered for a minute, and then they shot up from the pond.
Oh.
You never seen those?
Never been there.
No, you never seen those fireworks?
No.
Fucking, that's the only time I've ever seen fireworks.
When I took
like
Maria to fireworks that one year, that was the first time I'd seen them since I was a fucking kid. Oh. No, I don't go to fireworks like that.
Well, fucking, I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. They landed on the water, sat there for a minute, and then shot straight up from the water. Only ever seen it one time, but I thought it was pretty cool. Anyway, so lost my train of thought. Oh, also, one more July 5th news. If you are anything like Rob and I, you probably already know, but in case you don't, the Black Sabbath Ozzy Osbourne Back to the Beginning show is going to be on July 5th as well. I found out that you can order it and live stream it for €24.99, which equates to about $30 American. So it's basically Ozzy's farewell concert. So Ozzy Osbourne has been diagnosed with Parkinson's pretty bad, and it's kind of hard for him to get up on stage and play and do all the shit that a performing musician kind of needs to do. I'm sure Rob could tell you all about that. It's not easy. But yeah, so it's going to be his very last concert, and it's going to be live streamed during the show. There's several bands there. They've got Gojira, Pantera, Metallica, a couple other people there. Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine is actually the guy who put the entire thing together. Sharon Osbourne reached out to Tom Morello and had him organize the entire event, basically. Got in contact with all these people. And there's going to be a lot of bands there. I think Mammoth WVH just pulled out, actually, because they couldn't... they have a show in the United States, I want to say, the very next day, and they couldn't... Or no, actually, I think it's on a cruise ship. I think they're on a fucking cruise ship the very next day, and they're like, logistically, they could not do that. You know what I'm saying?
It is almost 70 tons of metal season. I'm not sure if they're on that one, but...
No, I forget who the fuck that they're playing with.
Well, you said cruise ship, and given the time of year, I figured it was the 70 tons of metal.
I forget who they're playing with, but I don't think it's 70 tons of metal. But either way, there's going to be a bunch of bands.
For those of our listeners that aren't familiar with that, that is literally a metal festival on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
2 days, a fuck ton of bands, one boat.
Oh, yo, speaking of metal, where people don't know what's going on. So I seen a video the other day of a Pikachu at a metal concert. There's a person dressed up as a...
Sounds about right.
Yeah, poor Pikachu. Poor Pikachu. Apparently, this guy in the Pikachu costume didn't know what the wall of death was.
No, I'm sure he did.
They started spreading, and this guy just kind of wandered into the middle and just was like looking around, and then all of a sudden got pummeled.
Yeah, that was probably intentional.
Oh, man.
He was wearing a Pikachu outfit. I'm sure he had his buddy filming on purpose.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, anyone that goes to those shows or anyone that's remotely close to a metalhead knows what the wall of death is and knows what it looks like.
Yeah. Of course.
So that was intentional.
In the next clip, I saw a couple of guys in a heated game of Magic right in the middle of the crowd during the concert.
That sounds about right, too.
It was pretty cool.
Sorry, I hate to break everyone's illusions about metal fans, but we are not entirely those mean, nasty, all black wearing people. We're fucking nerds.
Most of them, yeah.
Most of them? Like just about every single one I've met is a nerd in some way, shape, or form. Some of them will play into the stereotype a bit more, but no, most about 90% of us are fucking nerds in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. I'm actually curious, and I want to look this up for you guys because I can't remember who's all going to be there, and I actually want to read you the lineup. Wow. It actually comes up like as one of the most searched things on Google. Like you type back to and the beginning pops up. Like, you know how it has like the automated search things, you know what I'm saying? Why will it not give me the lineup? It's telling me to buy the tickets. I don't want to buy the tickets. Well, I mean, I do. Wow. Oh, they have a Back to the Beginning live stream exclusive t-shirt bundle where you can stream it and they'll send you a t-shirt. Cool. Now let's see. Where's the lineup? Why can I not? What the fuck? You suck. Lineup. There we go. Oh, wow. Hey, Slayer is going to be there. I thought Slayer was going to be there. I didn't know. Guns N' Roses is going to be there. Holy shit. Hang on a sec. Okay. Wow, really? So Black Sabbath and Ozzy, obviously, they're going to close the show. You know,
basically Ozfest.
Yeah. For all of you that don't know, the entire original lineup of Black Sabbath will be performing.
How's that? Bill Ward can't play drums anymore. How's that physically going to work?
I don't know. That's
why
how they build it as the entire.
That's why he hasn't been with Sabbath since 13 and doing the reunion shows. He cannot physically play the drums like that anymore.
The way they build it is the entire original. Oh, well, I don't know if they said performing. They did say the entire original lineup will be there for the farewell.
I'm sure he'll be there, but last I knew, he physically cannot play the drums for those songs anymore.
I don't think he's gonna play. Didn't he have a couple of backup vocals though?
Bill Ward's the drummer.
Yeah.
He doesn't have backup vocals. No. Because the original lineup, the one that they're advertising, is Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward. The only one of them that cannot physically play anymore because of age is Bill Ward.
Right. So
which actually kind of makes sense because he's the drummer. They're just going to get a stand-in like they did last time.
Yeah, but they build it as, you know, the entire original lineup saying farewell. That's the only thing. Like the whole thing has been the entire original lineup of Sabbath will be performing as their last concert. So, and I mean, Ozzy's got fucking Parkinson's bad as hell.
He can still sing though.
He can barely stand though. That's the thing.
Doesn't matter. You can even watch performances of him barely able to stand, and he sounds like he does in his 20s.
I know. Fucking. Have you heard his new music? He sounds fucking amazing still.
Yeah, he always has.
Have you heard Gods of Rock and Roll?
No, but I've heard a lot of the others. I don't listen to the radio.
I think Gods of Rock and Roll is the newest one that they've put out, and actually his lyrics on it are freshly recorded, but the song itself is over 10 years old. The guy he wrote the song with, I think Ozzy only really did the lyrics. The other guy, I forget the fucker's name. He's a really fucking famous guitarist. Why can I not remember his name? I'm a fucking moron. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he wrote the song and owned most of the rights to it, and Ozzy did the lyrics. And because there was a interview where Ozzy was talking about this song, and Ozzy was like, 10 years ago, he told him about it and that it needed an orchestra in a certain spot. And the guy said he just didn't have enough money to get an actual orchestra to play on it. So he kind of shelved the song, and then he got a record company behind the song, and Ozzy was like, well, you got record company money now, fucking use their money. Ozzy literally said that to him. You know what I'm saying? So fucking, that song's been, I'm pretty sure the lyrics on it, Ozzy re-recorded recently, like with the orchestra and everything in it, but like That song has been done for 10 years, just waiting to see the light of day.
The last Metallica album that came out, they pulled ideas from the early 80s.
Yeah, I remember there was a couple of songs.
So yeah, that just goes to show you most songs that you hear on the radio that are new, they're not fucking new. They're new to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
The writing, well, you know that firsthand. The writing and production end takes a lot longer than most people think.
Yeah.
It's not like you wake up one day and by the time the day's over, you have a fully produced song. It doesn't work like that.
You know, I watched this thing.
I don't think I've ever done that. I've had a day where I've shit out a whole song, like just the idea of it.
Recorded, cleaned up, ready to go in one fucking day.
Nope.
You'd need like 500 people to do that, and
not even that makes it that makes it more of a logistic nightmare.
But not to change the subject, but I actually watched this thing for that song "Teenage Dirtbag," right? And when they recorded that song, they were given a deadline, and they all had regular jobs and whatnot. And it was like as they were getting signed, but they didn't like have a record label yet. The record label told them, if you can do this, we will sign you.
Well, I guess really, if we're going to go down that route, it all depends, because there are some songs that are fully produced in a day, like from ground up. Sabbath's first album, going back to them, Black Sabbath, the original record, 72 hours start to finish. Like written.
For all the music and everything?
Yes. 72 hours start to finish.
Damn. That's pretty quick.
Yeah. But a lot of that they already had written, so it was mostly go in, record, and that was it.
Oh, okay. So this is a little different.
That's why even in this day and age, that it's... Granted, we have a lot more tools and technology to be able to make things a bit more perfect. Musicianship is still kind of a key factor behind all that.
So, back to that song, that Teenage Dirtbag song, I know for a fact that they went in to one of their mom's houses and basically took over the entire house. The entire house became a recording studio because, you know, they didn't have nowhere else to do it. Mom was cool with it, but they all had 9-to-5s, and fucking they were given 6 weeks to record this album. They had one song done, one song written, and the only thing that was written were the lyrics, and that was Teenage Dirtbag. They shit out all the other songs in fucking 6 weeks, like start to finish, production quality.
Back in Black. Yeah. That's how that was. It's 6 weeks. That's all they had. And that was when Brian. Yeah, that's when Brian Johnson came into the fold, and he got like an audition, and it was like the next day they were like, "Hey, you're in. Can you write lyrics?" Like, yeah, I can. Here's this song, and the first song he wrote off that album lyrically was "You Shook Me All Night Long."
That's a damn good song. Thank you, Brian.
Yep.
There's a lot of Brians out there I need to thank. All right. But yeah. So you're probably going to hear me talk a lot about that today. Definitely if it's in your wheelhouse, check out the the Back to the Beginning concert. Definitely check it out. Also, I learned that if you pay for it and want to watch it and live stream it, but you can't because your fucking job didn't give you the day off and you got to fucking work at the times that it's going to be streamed, don't worry. You have 48 hours access. Just, saying. Because my ass is going to be paying for that, and I'll be at work. So...
What day is it again?
The 5th. This
Saturday?
Yeah.
Probably going to be being a nerd all day, because I'm off the weekend. And it's music nerd summer while Munchkin's off with Grandma.
Well, I mean, you can get this in as... that's part of music nerd summer.
Not the same kind of music nerd I'm going down.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Mine's the academic end of things.
I mean, you could probably learn a thing or two from watching the Back to the Beginning concert.
Not what I'm trying to learn.
Yeah.
So that'd just be fun to watch.
Yeah. Honestly.
So if I were going to go that route, I'd just pop on their records because Iommi's a riff machine, so that's kind of cool. But Geezer Butler, oh my. He is such a great bass player. I wish people would pay more attention. Like most of Black Sabbath's bass lines are jazzy, moving, fucking chromatic bass lines, and it's so good.
Damn, I was gonna say something about that.
That'd probably be the only thing I'd get a chance to learn from because I'm working on counterpoint techniques.
So I just want to bring this up. I didn't hear what the 2 albums were, but Loudwire Nights this week, they do a fight club every week, and it's where they'll put like 2 songs or 2 albums up against each other, and everybody's got to vote for which one they think is better, right? So this week being the lead-up week to the Back to the Beginning concert, which everybody's super fucking excited about.
Okay, what are the albums? I want to weigh in on this.
I do not know the fucking album names because I never caught the album names, and I don't know which ones they consider the best. But I'm sure you've already guessed. They want to know. They put it up in the Fight Club. The best Black Sabbath album versus the best Ozzy solo album. I don't know which 2 albums they picked, but I'm willing to bet Black Sabbath wins. Almost hands down.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, because Ozzy does have some bangers for some solo shit.
Well, if they're going the Ozzy route, like my personal taste would be like Randy Rhoads era, and it's not because Randy Rhoads. Well, yeah, Randy Rhoads is a fucking phenomenal guitar player, but to an extent, I do kind of feel like he's overrated when it comes to influential guitarists. But some of the arrangements that man wrote, like Bark at the Moon, Diary of a Madman, Revelation, Mother Earth, D, all those classical influences.
Who wrote fucking Crazy Train? Because wasn't that a solo Ozzy one?
I think it was a combination of him and Randy.
Because I that's probably Ozzy's biggest solo hit. Everybody knows that fucking song. I know a lot of Ozzy songs.
Yeah, but then you also got to remember there are songs like No More Tears and Mama, I'm Coming Home.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Granted, Crazy Train may be the iconic one, but those are the radio-friendly bangers, so they're probably more prevalent.
Actually, you might be right, because...
Actually, that Mama, I'm Coming Home is a good point, too, because that's a Zakk Wylde era song, but it's got a lot of elements of Randy's influence on it.
Ooh, excuse me. Oh, God. Ooh. Ooh. Excuse me. Oh.
Yeah.
The hiccup burps.
Randy was actually a classically trained guitarist, like a classical guitarist. Growing up, his mom ran a music school and whatnot, and he went to it, obviously. He didn't go for very long. He reached a point that all the teachers eventually went to his mom, and they're like, we've taught him all that we can teach him. And this is at like 10 or 11 years old.
And she's just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah.
The fuck you mean?
Randy was a prodigy.
And she's just looking at him like, you want to teach class?
I think he did become a teacher a little bit after that, but actually before his death, he was actually considering leaving Ozzy to go back to classical music because there was apparently more money in it. That and he wasn't really the rock star type of person.
I mean, if you're really good at doing the classical music, you have to have a name for yourself, but there is a shitload of money in it, and you already know why. It's the one thing that you say that you don't do all that often. I mean, You do it a lot, but you don't watch it. Films use a lot of classical music. A lot.
No, they don't use a lot of classical music. They are modern classical music.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We don't use classical music, but we use classical influences. We make
it's literally written, composed, and everything like classical music.
That's what I mean.
It is classical music.
That's what I mean.
It's just synced up with video instead, which makes it kind of cool. Then again, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, there's a lot of different types of film music. You got your average soundtrack, which is the music you hear most of the time. There's non-diegetic music, which is
you're gonna have to explain that one to me.
There's a different. It's basically the music in the scene. I haven't used that specific term in a long fucking time, but it's like when you see a scene and there's music playing on the radio. That's a different type of film music because it's part of the scene. It's not like it's added to it. And then there's not, how do they fucking put it? It's like non-functional music, or if you look at, say, an emotional scene, for example, how it's got the swells and like certain chords and it gives you this specific type of vibe. Now, if you were to isolate that part, it wouldn't make sense on its own. It would sound cool and whatnot a little bit, but musically it doesn't make much sense. It's non-functional, but in terms of being paired with the scene, it works because it creates that emotional impact. Some of the jargon I'm not 100% familiar with. Because I don't use the terms all the time.
Sorry, I ripped the joint. I was trying to get it lit up. Excuse me. I found the hole in the joint, if you couldn't notice. Okay. So, yeah. In case you guys didn't realize by now, I'm kind of excited for this Back to the Beginning concert. Okay. It's one of the things that I personally am not well off enough, and hell, I don't even have a passport. I'd have never got there, even if I was like 50 and had like a stable job and whatnot. I probably would have never got there. So I am super happy that they're live streaming this thing online, and I'm super happy that I can catch up, in the hours later, because I'm not going to be able to catch it as it premieres. And honestly, I don't think a lot of you are going to be able to catch it as it comes out, because I want to say that it's supposed to start at 3 p.m. local time for Birmingham, which is 5 to 7 hours in front of us. I'm not entirely sure. So that means it's either going to start at 5 in the morning or 7 in the morning local time here on the East Coast.
Yeah, no idea.
So I'm not even going to be awake at that time. You can suck a dick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I may be a fan and whatnot, but no, I'm not getting up that early just to watch that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We got 48 hours to watch it. I'll pay for it and just watch it later when I have time.
So, I mean, at that point, I might as well go back to bed afterwards, because that's the high point of the day.
For real. And I got to work that night anyway, and you know damn well I'm going to watch it. I'm fucking, if we buy that shit, I'm going to be like, I'm going to come over here after work, and we're going to sit down and smoke, and I'm going to be like, all right, put it on. Fucking, I don't get to do a lot of things, but, I like going to concerts and getting to hear the live music and whatnot. Yeah, Rob's atypical. He's not the conventional rock star that you would see.
I'm not even a fucking rock star. No, I can't with shows.
Fucking, that's okay though. There's plenty of musicians. Oh, God, I forgot her name.
It's more ironic because I used to play out, though. And I don't fucking like it. It's not that I don't like playing, it's just I don't like crowds.
I don't like crowds either. Me and you have different reasons for not liking crowds. Excuse me. Jesus. I don't like crowds because it's impossible to watch everybody. I have a bit of a checkered past, and I don't like people sneaking up on me. You know what I'm saying? But, oh shit, I forgot to tell you, I think there's a small hole right there. Right there.
If there is, it didn't matter.
Alright, but what time is it? I think we spent 20 minutes talking about Ozzy.
Half hour.
Oh
We've
shit.
just been talking about music for the last half hour.
Yeah. Fucking, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna catch that concert. So next week, I'm damn sure gonna give y'all a recap on it. Fucking, I don't know. I'm sure Rob's gonna watch it with me.
Probably.
Yeah, probably Dean too. Yeah, he's over there shaking his head. Yes. Yeah, Dean had some shit to do today, so he's not recording with us. But you know, he's still smoking, hanging out. Oh, there's a small hole in it, right about where you just put your fingers. So, yeah. But yeah, definitely gonna catch that concert. Oh, I know you're not here, like here, but who are you most excited for to see at the concert? Yeah, I mean, obviously we all want to see Ozzy. Did you hear the entire lineup though? Dude, it's like, it's more stacked than Ozfest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I actually touched on that earlier. Mammoth WVH. He's got a cruise concert the next day, doesn't he? He has a concert the next day.
Oh, it's the next day?
Yeah, it was the very next day, and I want to say it was a cruise, and that's why he couldn't do it. But I can't remember. I could be really wrong about that. It was either a cruise or he had a show back in the States to do. No. And that actually kind of upsets me, because isn't fucking... Well, Rob Halford, he's not with... Is Priest still, or is Halford still with Priest?
Yeah.
He is? Okay. I was just wondering, because didn't
I
he
wonder if
used to
that's
do-
one of those sharing things.
It very well could be. We all know.
Well, no, in the 80s, during one of the Ozfests, I can't remember what happened, but Bruce Dickinson did something that pissed her off, and she cut the power during their set. Yeah.
I heard about that. I remember.
Yeah. He was not happy about that. It was like 3 songs in, and they cut the power on him.
That's some bullshit. But, fucking... I never read off this full... Alright, I never read off the list. So, alright. So the full sets. What? Okay, so this is just a list of performers that are supposed to be performing full sets. And then you have performers that are going to be up to, like, do a cover song or do an Ozzy solo song or whatever. They're gonna be doing those sparse between these. Yeah. Billy Corgan playing with Black Sabbath. Yeah. Yeah. Billy Corgan as the rhythm guitarist for Black Sabbath. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Anyway.
Actually, Black Sabbath with 2 guitars would be pretty cool. Because I'm not sure if you guys know this, but you know how some of their solos are kind of interesting? That's because they're dual solos. Like there's 2 separate solos being played at the same time.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that till I was a teenager learning Children of the Grave, and I got looking at it. There's 2 guitar solos layered on top of each other. Yeah.
It makes more sense now.
Yep.
Anyway, so the full sets, these guys are going to all be playing a full set. Obviously, we have Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne. Now, those are to be determined how long those sets are going to be. Obviously, it's got a lot to do with Ozzy's health. Yeah. So, Ozzy, obviously, it's going to depend on his health. You know what I'm saying? If he can do it, he's going to do 2 full sets, one with Black Sabbath and one on his solo stuff. But then we have the full sets performed by, obviously, the very first bill right under Ozzy Osbourne is Metallica. Full set. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, they're going to be directly under Ozzy. It's got to be Metallica. You know what I'm saying? Right. But then we got Guns N' Roses, Slayer, Tool, Pantera, Gojira, Hailstorm, Alice in Chains, Lamb of God, Anthrax, Mastodon, and Rival Sons, all playing a full set.
I'm surprised.
Going to be a good set.
I'm surprised Lamb of God got a full set. Fuck yeah.
Fucking
I like
right.
some Lamb of God.
Gojira has a fucking full set. That's fucking... Gojira played the Olympics.
Do you know where Gojira is from? They're the only... No. They're the only well-known band from that country.
Yeah, we never knew.
You didn't?
I thought they were an American band.
Nope. It's going to surprise you.
It's a European country, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Are they Swedish or Finnish?
Nope.
I don't know.
French.
French.
They're from France.
Huh. That kind of music, I wouldn't have expected that. I'm just saying. French from, Anyway, thanks for helping out in that one war. We got your back twice. Now I sound like that fucking fat electrician guy. That's damn sure what he would have said.
Oh, we helped them out in more than one war. And they're the ones that helped us out during the revolution.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said thanks for helping us out in that one war. We got your back twice.
Even though it took us forever to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. In our defense, it took them forever to get here.
Tit for tat.
Exactly. But anyway, so yeah. Anyway,
It was bronze.
it's still bronze. It's just bleached by the sea.
It's oxidized.
Anyway,
That's all oxidation.
that's about all I wanted to talk about the Black Sabbath Back to the Beginning concert. If you can't tell, I'm really excited for that.
That's been most of the episode, bud.
If you can't tell, I'm really excited for that.
It's been almost 40 minutes on the
Yeah,
one
I
subject.
know. You know one song that they need to play that I really want them to play? Fucking Sweet Leaf.
That'd be pretty cool.
I want that song to be played because I'm going to be blazing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be...
A lot of the ones I like, they probably, well, a couple of them they might end up playing. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath probably will be one of them. That one I fucking love.
Might have like 5 different. They might do it that. It's gonna be 5 songs of Ozzy and then like a handful of other people.
It'll probably be different drummers. Ward can't play. That's why he hasn't been for any of your recent reunions. He physically cannot play the music anymore.
Rob and I were talking about this earlier. You know they build this as the entire original lineup will be performing to say farewell.
Right.
How the fuck is he gonna play?
Yeah, because that was the whole hold up, is because Ward can't play those songs anymore.
Right.
No.
And they built
He's the only one that's not in any physical condition to perform the music anymore.
They build this as the entire original lineup will be playing.
Unless something's changed since
How
the
is that
last I
possible?
knew, but last I knew he physically could not play the music anymore.
Maybe he's been in physical therapy for 10 years.
Huh?
Maybe he
I
can
guess-
do a short set. Maybe he can do 5 songs. If he can, that's going to be great.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Last I knew he physically couldn't do it.
Bill's like, I could play. I could play a pub gig set, but I can't do no 2-hour fucking anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
I wonder how long each set's going to be because they say full set, but I read off like 13 bands there. And like you said, Metallica usually plays for like 2.5 hours.
That's
Right.
when they're a headliner, though. A full set and a headlining set are different.
Right, but
And even an opening set is different. Like, there's a lot of different sets you could play. You could play an opening set, a mid set, a full set, or a headlining set. Now, your openers are generally 25, 30 minutes at most. Then you get about 45. That's your mid-range. Hour and a half is your full set. And then headliners are generally 2.5 hours, which never used to be a precedent until Metallica. And I'm sorry, I cannot sit there and listen to the same band live for more than 45 minutes to an hour. Can't do it.
I'm sorry, but with ticket prices the way that they are and whatnot,
Especially given the
I
genre
expect at
where
least an
it's
hour.
given the genre where it's pretty intense music. No, after a certain point, the musicianship starts falling off, and I understand it, but at the same time, I just can't. I lose interest. That's kind of why I prefer shorter set lists, because you can get more energy and a better performance out of the performers, especially in extreme music.
So I'm just going to do the math here.
So if I ever play it out again, I'd be okay with just doing 35 minutes, maybe 45 at most.
So these are all the performers with full sets, right? If all of these performers
Played an hour.
played a half an hour, and these are just
How many full sets are? Just give me the number.
14 full sets. So if they all played an hour,
It'd still be
that's-
7 hours at a half hour apiece.
exactly, and they have mini fucking sets between them with people performing 1 or 2 songs. You know what I'm saying? So I knew it. Mammoth is opening for Creed. I fucking knew that. In the United States. So they have a stateside show the very next day. I think that goes to you, bro. Alex Lifeson and Geddy Lee of Rush pulled
Nice.
out.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Other things came up. Oh man. Fucking, oh well, yeah. I knew that. Oh, Sammy Hagar is going to be there. Obviously, Billy Corrigan, Frank Bello, fucking Lizzie Hale. Fred
I am
Durst.
not surprised Frank Bello is there.
Fred Durst is going to be there.
I bet you neither of you guys know who Frank Bello is. I do. I took a piss next to him one time in a Chicago airport and didn't even realize it. He is the bass player for Anthrax. It was right around when that happened. It was right as they were recording their album Worship Music. It didn't. I don't think I've told that story on the podcast, but yeah. But yeah, no. I went up to visit some family like 10 years ago. Layover in Chicago, right? Go to take a piss. This guy standing out front of the bathroom with a guitar on his back, bald as shit. I'm like, he looks familiar. I walk in to go take a leak, and there's another guy standing there. I'm like, you look familiar too. So I do my thing, and then they wander. I come out around the same time they wander off. We're going the same direction. I'm like, oh, why do these guys look familiar? I sit down, they keep going. 5 minutes later, I'm scrolling through Facebook, and I pop on the Anthrax Facebook page. We're in Chicago recording an album. I'm like, I could have just said hello to Scott Ian and Frankie Bello. They were right fucking there. Didn't even notice it.
If you're a kid with a metal hurts or anything, you go hi. They always.
I wouldn't have bothered them either all that much. I've just been like, hi, thank you guys for doing what you do. You've been a big influence. I just wanted to say hi. And I will let you guys go on your way. I will be happy with just a handshake. That will make my day.
Zach Wild's going to be there. The rest
That's
of
no surprise.
Soundgarden, Sleep Token, Slash is going to be doing his thing.
Yeah, that's no surprise.
Fucking Steven Tyler's going to be there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sammy Hagar, I said that one, I think. Yeah, but I mean, it's not really Soundgarden anymore. Dean said Soundgarden used to do some of the best Sabbath covers. They did, but like, is it really Soundgarden anymore? I don't care. What was Soundgarden without Chris Cornell? Oh, okay. Okay, play one Soundgarden song without Chris Cornell on it. Oh yeah, the string section's great. Everybody knows Soundgarden because of Chris Cornell's voice. He is unmistakably recognizable within like the first millisecond of hearing his motherfucking voice. He's got one of those voices.
I got Into the Void stuck in my head now. That one's hands down one of my favorite Sabbath songs.
All right, well, we've almost talked about this for an hour, so
I don't care.
Everybody check out the Back to the Beginning concert. I'm going to segue into I just want to touch on
something different for a few minutes.
Yeah, I just want to touch on this real quick because we got to go down to my job, Rec Roots. We actually have a couple of new things coming out very shortly. One of them is something that's new but old. So obviously something we've had before that a lot of people have been requesting. And I know I've mentioned it on here, but I'm going to mention it again today. So I have been eighthing and packing the Jesus juice that we grew. And it is just about ready to go out. We are honestly just waiting on the stickers so that we can put it in the system. Just I think I got it all packed up. All we got to do is sticker it and everything so that way it's labeled, ready for sale, and it'll be in the system. And a dispensary near you will probably be ordering it. There is not that much of it. I want to say there's only like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 pounds, 6 pounds. We didn't do a huge run of it. But it came out fucking phenomenal. Same as it did last time. Over 30% THC. I think 3 something or 2 something terps, almost 3%. I think it was 2.7. Fucking beautiful weed. It was really, really good. Fucks you up phenomenally good. It's going to be out soon. Definitely go check it out. Definitely try it. It'll probably be in a dispensary near you. Might be over at the haberdashery. Probably have a better luck at I think it's Culture Cannabis up in Corning. I think that's the name of it. I'm not positive. I'll have to ask my boss later. But definitely not Union Chill. You will not find recruits at Union Chill. I want to say it's culture Caniculture or Culture Cannabis. I don't know. I'm probably forgetting. That's my bad. I'll find out for you and let you know next week. But definitely go up there and check it out. Probably be about 2-3 weeks before it hits shelves, but definitely something to look forward to. That shit's fucking amazing, and I know y'all want it. But yeah, that'll be out soon. On the home front, my plants are growing exceptionally well. Getting very large. I have not transplanted them yet. I'm being a little lazy on that front, but I will be getting to that very shortly. Just got to get the dirt. I've been a little broke lately, so I don't want to plant them directly in the ground. But yeah, that's about all the updates on that front that I have for you. As far as the other updates, I know Rob is diligently working on his material, his new stuff, but don't think any of it's quite ready to see the light of day. It's
I don't
probably going to
really
be another
have
month
anything.
or 2 or 3 or 4
Don't really have
or 5.
anything new. It's just going to be the backlog. The one thing that I'm kind of disappearing for a while.
Yeah, I thought you had a bit more stuff.
Nope.
Like, don't you have an entire backlog of stuff that needs to go out?
I've got 2 more to wrap up.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
No, I
don't.
Don't have much.
That'll probably be summer releases. Maybe.
No, the way I'm spacing it all out, it'll be till... Let's see, what are we, July? About December. The last one will come out.
Oh, okay.
Work on all of it will be wrapped up long before then, but I'm just going to do 1 a month, pretty much. Then I got
you said you only had 2.
I got 2 to wrap up, as in the backlog. That's what I mean. I'm doing 1 a month. So that's what I got left of the back stuff. Those will be done long before they even have to come out. Hey. You do.
All right.
Then I got other stuff, and I'm just going to disappear for that. Hence why I'm being a guitar nerd all summer.
All right. Well, that about does it on those updates. I guess keep growing, keep hanging in there. Definitely go check out that concert. I'm definitely going to be watching that on that weekend at some point. It's going to be my little birthday present to myself.
I'm just calling this episode Sabbath.
Hell yeah.
So that's about 90% of this episode's been just talking about Sabbath.
Too bad we couldn't find a conspiracy theory or two, to talk about, and then we could call it Tinfoil Sabbath. Little play on last week's episode name.
Shenanigans.
Anyway, we will see you all next week, or from the bushes, whichever one happens first. Got anything more to add, Rob?
No.
All right, we'll see y'all next week. Have a good one.